Hey everyone, it has been a while since I did my last backyard tour and things are really coming in nicely. It's midsummer now, so the garden is more productive and I'm just getting some peppers and some smaller tomatoes and a lot of zucchini and cucumbers. So I want to show you what is happening in my garden. Here is one of my beds. We've got some bell peppers coming in. These are orange bell peppers, and I have some flowers back here. These are zinnias that are coming in from seed, and some dahlias. These are also dahlias from seed. And back there, I have some lemon boy tomatoes. Those are yellow tomatoes. And in this bed over here, I've got this huge sunflower coming in. I have no idea what kind I planted. I planted multiple seeds back here, Mexican sunflower and some red sunflowers. And I see it has several heads coming up, so I'm really curious to see what it's gonna look like. And then I've got some shishito peppers here. This is my first year growing shishito peppers. I just did a recipe on plant-based on a budget for blistered shishito peppers. They're so tasty. And I've got flowers over here. These are the same as those over there that are just a lot smaller because they get less sun. Dahlias over here. This is bee balm that hasn't yet come in. And lots of tequila sunrise. I grew these from seeds and they're looking really good. They turn orange and they're super long. They're supposed to be around 5 inches. And then over here we have yellow bell peppers. They're still green, but they will turn yellow. And then back here, I have some Japanese eggplant. I think it's called Ichiban. These are my blueberries. I'm gonna try to show you some. They're kind of finishing. Some of them are finishing. This is a different variety. I've got 4 different varieties that bloom at different times or fruit at different times. And this one is Jewel. It's just coming in. This one finished. This is the pink lemonade. It's really hot in Sacramento, so you can see that even though it's in partial shade, it's getting a little bit crispy. And then we have some water out here for the birds. The birds are in here constantly, and we also put some rocks in our fountain so that bees can enjoy some water too. It gets really hot, as I mentioned, and we don't want our critters to die. So we try to make it as hospitable back here for them to stay hydrated and comfortable. These are calendula, and these are ghost peppers over here. I've got some chard and some San Marzano tomatoes coming in. You can see those over there. I've got some leftover garlic and onion that I haven't yet pulled up, but I will soon. And then this over here is butternut squash. You can see that it's just coming in. It's a little guy still. It's very heavy, but I have never grown butternut squash, and now with all our garden space since the remodel, which if you haven't seen my videos about that, you can go check them out. I redid the whole backyard. I have more space, so I'm now just trying a lot of things I've never grown, and this is a butternut squash. It's taking over its whole trellis, so I brought over a couple more trellises that I had. This one right here, and then that one over there. And here I've got some strawberries. They are finishing up, so these are all just really small, but they're so tasty. These are second year and these are first year. And the second year are just so tasty, juicy, super sweet, and best strawberries ever. Here are some flowers. I love these. They kind of remind me of what's that? Gosh, I'll have to remember. It's a Dr. Seuss place, and I'll think about it. I'll think about what the place is called, but it kind of reminds me of that style. And we've got some African daisies and some cosmos. And over here is a failed plant. It was a goldmine zucchini plant, which is a yellow squash, and it did not do well. I don't know what I did wrong. I think it just didn't get enough sun. And I just wanted to show you that this is real gardening. It is not a perfect garden, and there are a few places where I have lost some plants, and I've learned a lot this season growing new things, and this is one of them. Don't put a plant in a place where it doesn't get sun for a big chunk of the day. This is my worm bin. What I love about the Subpod is that the worms come and go, so they can leave their bin, go in here, go out, go under, live in the dirt pile that I have back there, live in the wood chips that I have over there. They're really do whatever they want to, but I put my food in there, so they often just come back in the little holes, which you can kind of see. There are holes like that all over the place, and they can come in and out when they are hungry. And this area over here is an herb garden and an edible flower garden, so all of these are edible. And got some basil, and I have some arugula and a few other things. And this is some oregano that's bolting, so I'm gonna cut it and sun dry it. I think I'm gonna do an article on Plant Based on a Budget on how to sun dry your herbs. It's very, 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 very easy. This plant was maybe $3 when I bought it a year and a half ago, and has provided us with herbs for quite some time. This is a cucumber plant. These are green cucumbers. And then I've got my little orange tree over here, some mint that looks really good. I've got my fig tree over here. This is called an improved brown turkey fig. You can see them coming in a few places. Over here, I have this little tiny container. It's only 18 inches with lunchbox peppers. They are not spicy, and they turn orange, which you can see over here. And from this view, you can see how wild it's getting back here. You can't even walk through anymore because there's just a jungle of my plants. Over here, we've got some Black Beauty zucchini. And over here we've got some calabacitas, which are a Mexican gray squash. I don't think we have any growing right now. Actually, there's a little one right there. But we don't have any bigger. Oh, there's one. It's tiny. And then over here we have Durrani, which is a light green one, and it's really pretty. This is a purple bean. I was looking for the actual bean, but I can't find one. You can see the flowers though, which are really pretty. And then over here we've got some whole beans and some cucamelons, the little tiny cucumbers that look like watermelons, some cayenne peppers. I got this from a local gardener who has a really big Instagram channel that is Urban Farmstead. His name is Kyle, and he has backyard plant sales, and I bought this one from him, and then this one, which is a straw flower. And this one is a mystery pepper. I think it's Sapporos though, which I bought online, and I can link them below. It's from a Japanese seed company, and they have a ton of different Japanese produce. So these are Sapporos, I believe. And then more African daisies. Over here we've got some zinnias. I bought these from the nursery, but I grew these from seeds that I had collected last year. They're so pretty, and the bees really, really, really love them. Don't judge my tomato situation. It is a hot mess. I have Cherokee purple, lemon cherry tomatoes. I think that's what they're called. Oh no, yellow pear. That's what they're called. Yellow pear. I've got some Romas coming in over there, and I've got some sun golds, and then over here we've got jalapenos coming in. I thought this plant was not going to make it. I grew it from seed, and I just didn't really do a great job of taking care of it, and it was a little baby. Same with these. They haven't produced any peppers yet, but I thought I was going to lose them when they were little tiny babies, and I'm glad to see that they're grown. They're called Puma peppers, and from my understanding, they're like habaneros, and they should be pretty spicy, and they're different colors. And then of course I have flowers spread out for the pollinators. There are so many bees here, and moths and butterflies, and you can see some poblanos. This is a Tabasco pepper plant. And then over here we've got some serranos. One is turning ripe. You can see it right there. And these are little tiny baby ones. In this bed, we've still got some kale going strong, and a banana pepper. So I didn't realize that the tomatillos needed a companion plant. So my neighbor, someone in a local Facebook group, gave me one from her yard that was a volunteer, and they're growing all these tomatillos. I've already picked a lot. My mom came and my sister came and picked a ton, and they're just really productive. Okay, check out this angle. It is wild. These are sun gold tomatoes. I grew those from seeds that I collected last year, and you can't tell the magnitude of this, but it is huge. Really, really, really big, and it's producing so many tomatoes. And these are really, really tall. This is a 6-foot fence, and that's probably an additional 4.5 feet. And one of them just opened its face today. You can see it back there, and they're really the pride of my whole garden. I'm trying to show it to you. I wish it were facing us. These are some zinnias I grew from seed. Tomatoes I grew from seed. Those are husky cherry tomatoes. Have some random peppers spread in there, and then you can see that my lemon cucumber plant is going wild. It's really super productive. Let me see, there you can see them, and all of these have been pollinated. I see bees around them all the time. These are more calendula. Got some cosmos over here. And that's it. Here's my garden. It's been a lot of work, but I love it. And I guess I'll show you a couple other things. I've got my lemon tree, my herb garden, and then all of my fruit trees. These are all gonna stay small. So this is another peach tree that only has one peach. It's a little baby tree. And then that's cherry, Bartlett, pear, and then a burgundy, plum, and then the last one is a Fuji apple. And lastly, I have this guy. We planted it when we moved in, and it's its first year really being productive. I should have thinned it more, but it was painful for me to do. We'll see. I hope I didn't do harm, but I can't wait to eat all the produce. I hope that this inspires you. Just a couple years ago, I didn't have any real gardening experience, and now it is a big part of my life. So I just wanted to show you what's happening and hope that you get inspired to start growing your own food. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I hope you enjoyed that quick video, and again, ask me any questions. I have a bunch of resources on plantbasedonabudget.com. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to do more gardening content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.